My dear brothers and sisters, welcome to the first Excel VBA tutorial. I'm going to assume throughout this tutorial that you have absolutely no mathematical skills or Excel knowledge. We're going to start from the very basics. So I'm going to clear the screen and we will do this together so you get a feel for what's going on. I suggest you watch this video on half your screen. I know if you do it on YouTube, it'll do something like that. So do that for half your screen and open Excel for half your screen over here. Okay? So I'm going to teach you formatting also, so you learn how to deal with cells. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on cell A1 and type addition. I have mine in bold, and I am pausing for a second while I pick up my keyboard stand. There we go. Okay, so what you would do if you wanted in bold is you would click the B up here. Unclicking it, same thing. Okay. Under this addition, well, what is addition? So first of all, let me show you an example. Let's say we had a letter X, and we wanted to add a letter Y to it. So you do shift equals the plus sign, Y. Enter. Now that did nothing. That just showed me X plus Y. And the reason it did it is because I'm not making this a formula or a function. I'm just telling the cell X plus Y. That would be the same thing as me clicking here and saying yogurt. It's just going to say yogurt because that's what I put in there, right? Here I can write cow eats grass. Okay, all I'm putting in are words. For the same price I could put in numbers. It really won't matter. Okay, I'm going to highlight this all and press delete. So X plus Y, what would happen if I did 3 plus 4? Enter. Absolutely nothing, because again, it's just letters, numbers, it doesn't matter. Now if you look up here, there's this weird fx thing. Fx means function. A function means you put something in, you get something out. The magic key for function in Excel is equals. I don't know why my throat is so dry. I feel like a parched old lady. Hold on a second. Oh, that felt good. All right. So if you write equals, immediately this becomes a function. So now if I write 3 plus 4, it's going to take whatever's in this cell and try to calculate it however it could, because there's an equals in front of it. So now if I press enter, it actually does the calculations for me. That's really nice. I can show you another way you can do this. Let's put a 3 in this cell and a 4 in this cell. Okay? So I have a 3 in cell A5, and I have a 4 in cell A6. So in A7 I can do equals whatever's in cell A5, let's click on A5, plus whatever's in cell A6. Enter. And of course that's 7, because 3 plus 4 is 7. But look at this formula. It's not saying 3 plus 4. It's saying this cell plus this cell. So what I can do is I can now change this 3 to a 4. And bam, this changes to an 8. Because this is just blindly adding up whatever's in these two cells. I can make this 100. Boom, it changes to 104. Because it is just adding up what's in these two cells. Subtraction is exactly the same, right? Same general principle. If I do x minus y, absolutely nothing will happen. Okay. So for subtraction, so we cannot do something like 7 minus 3 because it thinks it's a date, so we're going to not do that. But let's do what we did before. Assuming Excel, you know, let's do this. Let's go to text. There we go. 7 minus 3, enter. Yeah. Okay, so we have to write it as text if we wanted to do nothing, which is stupid. Bill Gates, get your act together. Okay, but we could do the same thing. If we do equals 7 minus 3. Immediately this bar reads this as a formula. We want to know what the output of 7 minus 3 is, and of course it will give us 4. And we could do the same thing again. We could do 7, enter, 3, enter. So we have 7 in this cell, 3 in this cell, and over here we can do equals this cell minus this cell. And, we can change. We can do 7 minus 7, which is 0, right? We can do 10 minus 7, which is 3. I like making my answers in bold and in blue so you can identify when I answered a question, so I will always do that. Press bold, press bold and click on the A, actually next to the A, and select the color. I like blue. For me, that's my answer question. I also have a bad habit of highlighting one question, all the answers and the questions regarding it, clicking over here and selecting the border, all borders. Because that sort of separates the different topics that I'm dealing with. Okay, well, let's do something else here. Let's do multiplication, right? So we have the same concept, x times y, right? And we can do the same exact thing. Equals 3. Now you don't do times like an x. That's wrong. So you do shift 8, which makes that star. 3 times 3, and that's of course 9. And you could do the same thing with the cells, the same trick I did here, that'll work too. Same thing for division, right? You could do x minus y, of course does, x divided y, which of course does nothing, or you could just do equals 9 divided by 3, and that will give you 3 as it should. So this is fairly easy, right? So far, no sweat. Nice and easy stuff we've been doing. So let's have a little more fun. Let's say instead of adding 2 numbers, we want to add many numbers. So somebody gives you a list of test grades that kids got, right? And the list is, one kid got 100, a kid got 99, a kid got 30, that was me, a kid got 70, a kid got 80, a kid got 90, a kid got 60, 65, 55, whatever. So what you could do, you're an Excel guru by now, you'd say, hey, I'm going to do equals 100, plus 99 plus 30 plus. Now that's really annoying. If you're going to do that for everything, you're going to have this huge formula, and if one number changes, you're going to have to click in here and change that one number. That's just not fun. What I would rather do is, for example, have the kids' names. Forget about what I'm doing now. Should not regard you, right? Say Bob, Charlie, Frank, Joe, Sally, Smith, whatever, you get it, blah, 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 blah. There you go. Okay, wonderful. The names and the grades next to them, and then, so this is just a simple function. Excel did VBA code in the background and made a bunch of advanced functions, which are awesome because they can do some really cool stuff that we would have to exhaust ourselves on this line with, and it does it in a second, and it's really sweet. And that's because of the programming in VBA behind. So let me show you how to do that. So you click on the cell under all this. You would do equals. What's another word for addition? Sum. So we're going to do equals sum. And you see a whole bunch of function names here. We just want a sum, which, as you see, it explains, adds all of the numbers in a range of cells. So you can click Tab, and it'll automatically select that, or you could double-click it. Doesn't matter. Now, the way you could do it is, you could do it many ways. You could do sum 100, 99, 30, and it'll do it for you, but that's just stupid. You could also do sum this cell, 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 this cell. Okay, now we're going to end the parentheses and press enter, right? So we just summed up all those numbers. Our answer is here. Let's make it in bold and in blue. And of course, if this 55 kid turns out his mom's super rich, Jerry, his mom is super rich, and we like super rich moms staying in the school, so we magically turn that 55 into a 90. Oh, but then the final grade of all the students just changes, which is great, right? But there's a simpler way to do this. Yes, my friends, there is an even easier way. So let's do subtraction, okay? Let's say we had 1,000 here. You know what? That's stupid. I'm not going to do subtraction. I'm going to just show you the other way, okay? let's say we had, I'm going to just copy and paste the same numbers. Say these numbers over here. Right under here, we're going to do equals sum, tab. Instead of doing number comma number, there's this thing in Excel called an array. An array just means a block with a bunch of cells as a single block. I can click and hold on this 100 and drag down to the 90. And if you look at the code, it says D10 to D17. So we're starting from D10, we're going down to D17, we're just going to sum all that up. Close it, enter. And we got the same number without having to this, comma this, comma this, comma this, comma this, comma this. That's pretty sweet. And of course, if I just change one thing, it changes. And I didn't have to do each one individually. This is awesome. This is what makes Excel so cool. I really love this. And yeah, that's about it. I could do the same thing with, I believe there's a function product. Yeah, this multiplies all the numbers. So I can do product and all of these. It's going to be a massive number because 100 times 99 times 3, it's going to be huge. That's a really big number. Here, look. Oh, they won't even show you how big it is. It's so big. Give you scientific notation. Yeah, let's see if it gives a real number. Can it show? Yeah, there we go. Oh, goodness. Billions and billions and billions. Trillions, right? Big number. Let's get rid of that. Anyhow, so that's pretty sweet, right? So these are the two things you can do in Excel. So you can do for addition, you can do sum. For multiplication, you can do product. Subtraction and division are just the opposites. So you can figure out how to do it with the tricks, which I'll do a different time. So that's the basic math that you can do in Excel. It's really nice. You have these little formatting things for making things look cool if you want to. And next time, we are going to jump to cell operations, where we can do some really sweet features with the built-in code that Excel gives to us. And I'm very excited about this. This is the way I usually start teaching VBA in master programs in college. So welcome to the big leagues, boys, and